Hello, Nelson. Good morning.
Hello, teacher. Good morning.
How are you doing? Are you great? Are
Oh,
you ready?
very well.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Nelson. Today we're going to start with a new topic, and this is kind of difficult, we can say, topic. We're going to study present perfect tense. I don't know if you have any idea about present perfect. Yes? Can you see the screen, Nelson?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So,
And
Nelson,
green.
we're going to start with this present perfect tense, right? So, it says, the present perfect tense is a rather important tense in English, but it gives speakers of some languages a difficult time. That is because it uses concepts or ideas that do not exist in those languages. In fact, the structure of the present perfect is very simple, and you are going to see why, right? The problems come with the use of the tense, right? So I guess in Spanish, um, maybe we have a tense similar like this one, right? But maybe in other languages they don't have an structure like this, right? So the present perfect tense is really a very interesting tense and a very useful one. Try not to translate the present perfect into your language. Just try to accept this tense and learn to think present perfect, right? In Spanish also we have something like he comido, right? Or he salido, por ejemplo, ¿verdad? Entonces ese sería como una traducción, digamos, del presente perfecto. Aquí te indica que igual, como en todo tiempo o en toda estructura, que no se debe hacer ese cambio a español, ¿verdad? Sino que intentes pensar simplemente en inglés, en la estructura y hablarlo, ¿verdad? Porque si ya estás haciendo como esa traducción de inglés a español, entonces tiendes a confundirte y es doble trabajo. Entonces, lo importante es que sepas cómo es la estructura, la pienses en inglés y así la utilices, ¿verdad? No que estés haciendo, pero en español se dice así o se hace este cambio, ¿cómo es, verdad? Siempre nos apoyamos en el español, pero lo indicado es que pienses en inglés. You need to start thinking in English, right? That will help you a lot for you to improve your skills in English. So Nelson, let's see something. How to make the present perfect tense, the structure, right? The grammar structure of this tense. We have this, the subject plus the auxiliary have and has. Do you know the meaning of those, right? Have and has. Yes, Nelson, do you know the meaning of them in Spanish? Have and has.
Yes.
Yes, right?
Yes.
So those are
Yes.
verbs, but in this case, in this structure, we're going to use have and has as an auxiliary verbs. Yes? And also we're going to use a verb, but we're going to use a past participle verb. Do you know the past participle of the verbs? I guess I gave you a list. I don't remember if I did it, but you have like 3 columns: the present, the past, and the past participle of the verbs. I don't know if you know what is a past participle. No. Okay. So we're going to study them here, right? And sometimes if it is a regular verb, you will write it like in past. That is almost the same. but in the irregular ones they change sometimes, and sometimes you will use the same like in past, right? And also the complement, Nelson, that complement is very important here. And let's see an example. I have seen ET, right? So look, the subject of this sentence is I, right? I. And you are going to use have because you're using I, right? Do you remember when we use have to and has to? Do you remember that topic, Nelson? Has to and have to? We studied that last
Yes, teacher.
semester, right? So tell me, Nelson, with which pronouns you will use have? Have. Which ones?
Have.
Have. You have the first one
I
here.
have to work.
I have to work. I. That is one. The others?
Yeah. He has to. He has to fix his car.
He has to fix his car. Nice. But Nelson, listen. You're giving me examples. That's nice and okay. But tell me, for example, if I have we, which verb do I need to use? Have or has? With we.
Have.
Have. Nice. They.
Have.
They.
Have.
You.
Have.
It.
Hat.
She.
Has.
And he. Has.
Has.
Okay. So you have to pay attention to the pronoun or the subject of the verb, right? So you have, for example, he, she, and it, that is third person singular, you will use has, right? And if you have I, we, you, and they, you must use have, right? So, depends of the subject, you are going to use the auxiliary, right? And also the past participle of the verb, right? And also the complement. So let's see another example. You have eaten mine, right? So also you have you and have because you're using you, right? And the past in the verb in past participle, right? So, and the complement.
Okay.
Entonces, tienes que poner atención en qué sujeto estás utilizando, ¿verdad? Y de esa manera vas a usar have or has. Okay? So, for example here, I have seen ET. In Spanish, it will be yo he visto ET, ¿verdad? O yo me he comido el mío, ¿verdad? I have eaten, yo he hecho esto, acción, ¿verdad? Ese es, o sería como en español, ¿verdad? ¿Cómo lo usamos? ¿Ok? And also we have the negative form, right? Subject plus auxiliary have or has, depends, right, of the subject. Also the word not, that is the negative form there, right? in the main verb, that which will be in the past participle, and also we're going to have a complement. For example, she has not been to Rome. So, in this case, Nelson, you are going to have the subject, she, right? Then the auxiliary verb in this case has, right? The word not, and in this case the past participle been, right? And the complement to Rome, right? She has not been to Rome. That is an example of a negative sentence in present perfect tense. So you just need to pay attention to the structure, right? First, subject, the auxiliary verb, in this case has, because you're talking about third person singular, she, and also the word not, and the verb in past participle. En pasado participio vas a utilizar el verbo principal, ¿verdad? And then you're going to use the complement. Also you have, we have not played soccer, right? First you have the subject, then the auxiliary verb, in this case have, the word in negative, not, and played, right? Ese no es pasado, Nelson, es pasado participio, yes? Y tienes el complemento, okay? Is it clear, Nelson, or do you have questions?
Quiero ver. No, teacher, it's
No.
clear.
Okay, nice. So, also we have the yes no question. First of all, you will have the auxiliary have or has, the subject, the verb in past participle, the complement, and don't forget the question mark, because this is a question, right? So you will have examples here like, have you finished? Right? Have you finished? ¿Has terminado?
Finished.
Yeah, that will be the meaning in Spanish, right? ¿Has terminado? So this is a yes no question, Nelson. So you must answer yes, I have. For this answer, this is an affirmative one, you will use the word yes, comma, right? The subject and the auxiliary verb, in this case, have, right? Yes, I have. What about if we need to answer in a negative way? Which would be that, Nelson? In negative.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No.
Uh-huh.
No, I haven't.
No, I
No, I have not.
have not.
Have
Excellent.
not.
Or haven't. Yes, Nelson. No, I have not. Or no, I haven't. This is the short form, right? Haven't. You are making a contraction between have and the word not. Or also you can say like you said, right? No, I have not. Yes? Or for example, where has he been? This is a WH word, right? Question. So first of all, you are going to write down the WH word. Then the auxiliary verb, in this case, has the subject, he, right? And also the past participle of the verb, right? So where has he been? So you must answer this question completely. He has been at home, right? That is like an affirmative sentence, right? So he has been at home. We say, ¿dónde has estado? He estado, o ¿dónde ha estado él? Perdón. He estado en casa. Yes? That will be the translation in Spanish. Questions, Nelson? No?
No, teacher.
I guess
No, teacher.
you just need to learn the past participle of the verbs. I will send you a list. I guess I have one in which you will have the present, the past, and the past participle of the verbs. I don't know if I sent one last semester, Nelson. No. Did I send you a list?
No, teacher.
Verbs? No. ¿No les envié una lista de verbos cuando vimos lo del pasado? No.
Yes, teacher.
¿La tienes?
Yes.
Ok, entonces Nelson, ahí
I
pueden...
think so.
So look for it, Nelson. Okay, but... Okay, let me know if you have it. If not, I will send you one, right? But if you have it, maybe you can share that list with me, right? You will send this for a model, right? So, if not, I will look for one and I will send you another, right? But in that list, you have present, past, and past participle of the verbs, the regular ones and the irregular ones, because you need to learn the past participle of the verbs, right? Because you will use them a lot here, right? So if you don't have questions, Nelson, let's continue. Contractions with present perfect, right? There you have positive I, you, we, they, he, she, and it, right? I have seen her. You have seen her, right? We've seen her. We can make the long form or the short form, yes? Both are correct and they mean the same, right? So you will say they have seen her, or they've, that is the short form, they've seen her. Both are correct. Oh, so you have he has seen her, or she's seen her. In this case, you are making a contraction between the word has, that is the auxiliary, right, with the subject. So she's seen her. Sometimes you may confuse with the simple present of the verb be, right? That is, right? So she is a teacher, for example, but in this case, this is with present perfect. So you have to pay attention to the context of the sentence or the text, right? Also, you have the negative form. I have not seen her, or I haven't seen her, right? So, or they have not seen her, or they haven't seen her, right? So you will make the contraction there between the auxiliary and also with the negative word. For example, he has not seen her, right? Or you can make the contraction of the short form, she hasn't seen her, right? So he has not seen her, or he hasn't seen her. Both are correct. Also in the questions, right? The yes no questions. First, The auxiliary, right, depends on the subject. Have you seen her? That will be one, right? Or has she seen her, right? And remember the short answers, right? For example, if it is affirmative, you will say, yes, he has. Or no, he has not. Or you can say, no, he hasn't. That will be the short form of this answer, right? Yes? Is everything clear, Nelson?
Yes. Okay.
Nelson,
You haven't studied for the exam?
you haven't studied for the exam. Nice.
Yes.
In affirmative, that is negative. In affirmative,
Okay, affirmative, and you have studied for exam?
okay. Now, a yes no
Or
question.
okay.
Yes, no.
Yes. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Yes, I have studied for exam for the exam.
But you
Oh
are,
no, I haven't.
so there you are adding extra information, right? But if you don't want to do that, you just need to say, yes, I have, or no, I haven't. That is correct, right?
Okay.
Um, what about a WH question, also? WH question with present perfect. Do you remember where have you been? That would be one example, right? But can you tell me another?
Okay. For example, what what have you eaten today?
What have you eaten?
Eating
Eaten. That
eating
is the
today?
past participle, right? Eaten today. Nice. What have you eaten today? Okay.
Today.
What have you eaten? I have eaten chicken. For example, I have eaten chicken, right? Or I have eaten pupusas. That would be another one, right? So, nice, nice. Excellent. Okay, let's continue. How do we use the present perfect tense? This tense is called the present perfect tense. There is always a connection with the past and the present. We use the present perfect to talk about. So, what happened with this tense, Nelson? You have something that starts in the past, right? But continue in the present, right? So that is like a connection between the past and the present. So let's see here. You're going to use this tense for experience, for change, for continuing situation, and I will explain you one of each of these ones, right? For example, present perfect for experience. Can you please read this, Nelson? Help me reading.
Okay, teacher. Okay. We often use the present perfect to talk about experience from the past. We are not interested in when you did something. We only want to know if you did it.
Excellent. So we often use these tense, right, to talk about experience in the past. Yes? But we are not interested when you did that action or when it happened, right? We only want to know what if you did it, right? That is for experience. For example, I have seen an alien, right? That is one. You are, for example, you are telling me this information, yes, but I'm paying attention, or I am interested if you did that action, right? If it happened, but I'm not interested. When do you see the alien, for example, or how was it, or something like that? No, right? I'm just interested in if that, or I want to know, right, if that happened or not, right? So, also you have, he has lived in Bangkok. Él ha vivido, right? Él ha vivido en Bangkok. Yes? Acá tú me estás contando esa experiencia, ¿verdad? Fíjese, teacher, que yo he vivido en Estados Unidos, ¿verdad? Entonces, ¿qué pasa ahí? A mí no me interesa, ¿verdad? Saber y cuándo y cómo pasó y cuánto tiempo estuviste. O sea, no, simplemente estoy escuchando la experiencia que tú tuviste de vivir allá, ¿verdad? Y solo quiero saber la información, porque es una experiencia, ¿verdad? Entonces, cuando hablamos del presente perfecto por experiencia, hablamos de esto, una experiencia del pasado, ¿verdad? Pero no estamos interesados en saber cuándo pasó, por qué lo hiciste, qué hiciste en sí, ¿verdad? Sino que solo estamos contando la experiencia, ¿ok? Oh, so
Teacher,
tell me, Nelson.
for example, I have worked in Coca-Cola company.
Excellent. Great one. I have worked in Coca-Cola company. Nice. That is a good example. And that is an experience that you had, right? Because you are not longer working in that place. But that is an experience. And that is a good example, Nelson. Yes, that's correct. Okay. And also here, we have never eaten caviar. Okay. That is like an experience. You have never tried that, right? That is for experience. So, present perfect for change. We often use the present perfect to talk about a change or a new information. Examples. I have bought a card. Yes? For example, maybe you have an old card, yes? But you decided to buy a new one. And then you tell me, hey teacher, I have bought a card. I changed the old one and I have bought a new one, right? So this is for new information. I haven't know, right, that information before, but now you're telling me, hey teacher, I have bought a car, right? So this is present perfect for change or for new information. Or John has broken his leg. I didn't know that information, but now you're telling me, hey teacher, you know, John has broken his leg, right? So that is for new information. Then present perfect for continuing situation. Can you please help me reading, Nelson? Read.
Okay. We often use the present perfect to talk about continuing situation. This state that started in the past and continues in the present will probably continue into the future. The future.
Future.
This is a situation, not a. This is a situation, not an action. We usually use for a signs
Since.
which is structure.
Okay.
Okay.
So we often use
Since.
since. Yeah, we often use the present perfect to talk about continuing situation. Yes, that started in the past and continues in the present. That is what I told you before, right? And we probably continue into the future, right? This is a situation, not an action, right? We usually use for or since with this structure and also the present perfect. For example, I have worked here since June. That is something that started in the past, right? But continue here in the present. For example, I have worked here since. Yo he trabajado aquí desde junio. So listen, there is something that started in the past but still continues in the present, right? I have worked here since June. Or he has been ill for 2 days. Él ha estado enfermo por 2 días. That's something that started maybe 2 days ago, but still continues in the present, right? So in this case, you're using the present perfect, Nelson, for continuing situation. Or you can say, I have been studying English for 1 year, for example, right? Or I have worked in Coca-Cola company since last year. That is an example of a present perfect, for continuing situation. Yes? Is it clear, Nelson?
Yes, teacher.
Nice. Nice, Nelson. So, for and since with present perfect tense. We often use for and since with perfect tenses. We use for to talk about a period of time. 5 minutes, 2 weeks, 6 years, etc. We use since to talk about a point in past time, right? Like 9 o'clock, 1st January, Monday, etc., right? So if you are going to talk about a period of time, you need to use for. If you are going to talk about a point in the past, for example, an hour, a month, right, or a date, you need to use since. Yes? So if it is in a specific period of time, like 5 years, 2 weeks, 2 days, 6 days, etc., you are going to use for in the structure, right? But if you talk about last Monday, for example, I have done my homework on Monday. Yes? So I have done or exercise, for example, since Monday. You're using since there, right? Or I have worked here for 2 weeks. That's another one, right? So pay attention to these also when you're going to use for and also since with present perfect. Nice? So, example, here you have some examples. I have been here for 20 minutes, right? So, 20 minutes, that is like a period of time, right? That's why you need to use for. I have been here for, right? 20 minutes. Or I have been here since 9 o'clock. It's a period of time, right? 9 o'clock. So you are going to use since. He has worked in New York for a long time. Yeah, you're talking about time, right? So, for a long time. Él ha trabajado en Nueva York por un largo tiempo. Yes? Or, he has worked in New York since he left school. Él ha trabajado en Nueva York desde que salió de la escuela. Yes? So, both sentences are different, right? One if wherefore and the other one since. Yes? Do you have questions, Nelson, until now? Can you please tell me?
Teacher,
Yes, Nelson. Dime.
en el caso de, o no sé si faltará todavía, pero con el INF, por ejemplo, I have been living here um, for a long time.
Ajá, ese es el present perfect continuous, Nelson, con ing. Eso lo vamos a estudiar luego, después de este tema. Pero ese ya sería el continuo. De igual forma, vamos a utilizar también estas palabritas, ¿verdad? For and since. But that is for present perfect continuo. Ese sería el continuo, ¿verdad? Ahí ya cambia un poquito la estructura con respecto al verbo, más que todo. ¿Ok? Yes, Nelson?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So, Nelson, tell me an example using one with for and another with since. Two examples. One with for and another one with since.
Okay. I have studied English for 3 hours.
I have been studying English for 3 hours. Yes, that is correct one. And one with since.
Since, for example, a ver. No, teacher, no se me viene a la mente.
But look at the same example that you told me before. I have been studying English for 3 hours. If you want to use since, maybe you can say, I have been studying English since 7 o'clock, for example. Yes, you're giving like a period of time from 7 o'clock. Yeah, in the other one that is for 3 hours, and in the second one, I have been studying English since 7 o'clock. That would be one, right? Yes?
Yes.
So you just need to pay attention to like the time expressions there, right? If you use 20 minutes, 2 weeks, 3 days, etc., right? You're going to use for. If you talk about a specific hour, for example, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, right? So you will use since, okay? So we're going to continue practicing this, right? But now we have this now. The simple form that will be the present, right? The simple past and the past participle. For example, you have work, simple past, worked, right? And past participle, worked, right? Work, that
Okay.
is regular or irregular, Nelson? Is that regular?
Regular.
Regular, right? Because you add ed at the end. So in this case, it doesn't change, right? You have worked in past and worked in past participle, yes? But what about do? What is the past of do, Nelson? Which could be the past of do?
Make?
No. No. Do.
No.
Do.
So,
Uh-huh.
do some does.
No. Does is the other form in present, but in past, Nelson? What is the auxiliary that you use when you made make a negative and just no question in past, which could be that auxiliary or verb that you use there? You have do and does in present, but in past,
If.
did, yes. So you have do, simple past, did, and what about past participle?
What for? Did. Oh,
No.
no.
That is an irregular verb, right?
Okay.
Maybe you should look. You have do. We're going to do it together here. Wait. Okay, now the sun. Let's see. All right here. So, look, we have here did, that is the past, right? And also we're going to have another one here that will be done. Look. So you have do,
Yeah.
did, done. Yes? This is the past participle of do.
Yeah.
Done. Okay? What about it? Tenemos it también, Nelson. ¿Cómo sería en el caso de it?
Ate.
¿En pasado? ¿En past? It in past?
Ate.
Ate, ate, right? And what about past participle? Do you have any idea about the past participle? No? You can
Eating. Eating.
eaten, yes. Eaten, eaten, right? So you have eat, ate, eaten, right? Eat, ate, eaten. Okay. This is an easy one, Nelson. What about call? Call. I will make it a little bit big. We'll change this, did, You have ate. What about call, Nelson? That is a regular one. So,
Yes. Cool. But then,
in past,
call it
cold.
cold.
Cold, yes. You just need to add ed, right? Cold. So, what about the other one? The other one?
Cold.
The same, right? Cold. Oh, let's move this one, right? Cold. Yes. Okay. So, cold. Yes? So, cold, cold, cold. That is simple past and past participle. Yes? So now, as a homework assignment, you need to answer this. Write the simple past and the past participle of these verbs. Yes? Esta sería tu tarea, buscar el pasado participio de estos verbos. Y la vamos a revisar la próxima semana. También no te olvides que unos minutitos después de la clase ya va a estar disponible la segunda evaluación. ¿Ok? ¿Preguntas, Nelson? Is everything,
No, teacher, no.
is everything okay? Yes?
Or,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so if you have any questions or doubt, you should write it down in Edmodo, right? And I will answer, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, Nelson, see you next class. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher. Take care.
Bye-bye. Thank you.